Good morning, dear children. In today's class, let's continue lesson number 13, that is prepositions. In the previous classes, we have studied about the different types of prepositions and the position of prepositions in a sentence. Now, in today's class, we will study about the objects of prepositions. We have already studied that there is an object of a word. Clear? Finding out the object of a verb, then only we say the verb is transitive or intransitive. The same way prepositions are also having an objects. How to find out them in a sentence? Let's see. Words which come after a preposition are called objects of prepositions. Words which are coming after the preposition are the objects of that preposition. So, for finding out the object of the preposition, first of all, you should know what is the preposition in that sentence. Here, I am looking at your haircut. What is the preposition? The preposition is it. Clear? The preposition is it. And what is the word comes here? I am looking at what? I am looking at what? At your haircut. The word which comes after the preposition is the object of that preposition. Clear? So, it is the preposition and your haircut is the object of this preposition. Then next sentence, I was referring to this film. I was referring to this film. What is the preposition? To is the preposition here. I was referring to what? This film. So, this film is the verb which has come soon after the preposition to. So, this film is the object of the preposition to. It is very easy to understand, beta. There is no difficulty at all. You should be able to find out an object in a sentence, the preposition, and then the word which comes soon after the preposition is the object of that preposition. And most of the prepositions need an object to complete their meanings. Clear? Most of the prepositions need an object to complete their meanings. Otherwise, if I simply say, I am looking at, we won't get the complete meaning. If I say, I am looking at your haircut, we get the complete meaning. So, the objects, for most of the prepositions, the objects are very important to complete the meaning of the sentence. Now, I will write one more example on the board. Now, dear children, look at this sentence. I love to listen to Western music. I love to listen to Western music. Here, if I ask you to find out the preposition and its object, what is the preposition? I hope you will give answer to, and you may think there is one more to, and this is also preposition. Isn't it? You may get confused about it. Beta, here there is only one preposition in this sentence, that is to. This to is not the preposition here. To is followed by the verb to listen. It is called the non-finite verb. So this to is not the preposition. Clear? So never get confused. To followed by the verb is called the non-finite verbs. You will study in detail in the next class. So do not get confused about it. Learn to find out the prepositions, and even for finding out the type of the preposition, the same preposition can be used in many ways, as a preposition of place, as a preposition of time. According to the function of that preposition, you will finalize the type of that preposition. The same way, here to is not the preposition, it is the non-finite verb. Clear? there is only one preposition, that is to. So here what will be the object of this preposition? I love to listen to what? Listen to Western music. This is the object of this preposition. And do not say listen is a verb here. The main verb in this sentence is love. This is the non-finite verb. What is non-finite verb? That you will study in detail in the next class. Okay. So let's start the next topic. The next topic is group prepositions. Group prepositions. So far you studied the prepositions made up of one word. Clear? Prepositions made up of one word. Dear children, the prepositions which are made up of one word are called simple prepositions. And the prepositions which are having two words or more than two words are also known as the group prepositions, or also we can call them the complex prepositions. Clear? They are also known as the complex prepositions. Already we have studied about the simple prepositions. Clear? The prepositions which are made up of one word are known as simple prepositions, and the prepositions which are made up of two words or more than two words are called the group prepositions, or also we call them the complex prepositions. Here the examples are given: in spite of, owing to, for the sake of, in front of, due to, on behalf of, in order to, as a result of, in the course of, by means of, instead of. You can see all these prepositions either made up of two words or more than two words. So all these are the group prepositions, or also we can call them the complex prepositions. So now the new topic is collocation. Collocation. What is collocation? Some prepositions are often used with certain words. Some prepositions are often used with certain words. This combination of prepositions with other words is known as collocation. The combination of preposition with other words. How? Word, it can be an adjective, it can be a noun, or it can be a verb with plus the preposition. Adjective plus preposition, noun plus preposition, or verb plus preposition. This combination is known as collocation. For example, happy. Happy is an adjective. About is a noun. Is a preposition. Happy about. Arrive. Arrive is a verb. At is a preposition. Arrive at. He arrived at 5 o'clock. Clear? So this combination, adjectives, noun, or verb plus preposition, is known as collocation. So here the list of different collocations are given on page number 134 and 135. Go through all these collocations, and if you do not know the meanings of these, you can go through the dictionary and you can find out the meanings. So I hope all the important topics of this chapter are clear to you. What is preposition? Preposition is pre means before, position means place. The word which is placed before the noun or pronoun is a preposition, and it indicates the connection between two or more words in a sentence. The types of prepositions we studied, there are three types of prepositions: prepositions of place, prepositions of time, and prepositions of direction. Then we studied about the position of prepositions. Prepositions can be placed before the noun or pronoun, but in some of the cases we place the prepositions at the end of the sentence. In which cases? When its object is the relative pronoun, or its object is the interrogative pronoun, or when the relative pronoun is not stated, not mentioned in the sentence but is understood. In all these cases we write the prepositions at the end of the sentence. After that we studied the topic objects of prepositions. For finding out the object of prepositions, first of all you should know what is the preposition, and the word which comes soon after the preposition is its object. Then we studied about the group prepositions. There are some of the prepositions made up of only one word, and some of the prepositions are made up of two or more than two words. The words which are made up of one word are known as simple prepositions, or prepositions which are made up of two words or more than two words are known as group prepositions, or the complex prepositions. And then comes the topic collocation. Collocation is the combination of adjectives, nouns, verbs plus prepositions. So dear children, write all the definitions in your notebook. All the definitions which are given here in the book you are supposed to write in your notebooks, and other exercises you will be doing in the book itself, that I will give you instructions later on. Thank you.